last time on the Empire's Edge.
So if we're done here, I'd like to go see the Black Stair and see if anybody's messing around with that at all.
There is a person standing up there looking to the left and to the right, and then looks almost straight up. And then as you're coming in closer, still focusing on the Black Stair, he orients his chin and his face toward the direction in which you yourselves are now looking, as though he's looking up into the sky on that same tangent. And then in the very next moment, a circle forms around him.
Oh, this is bad.
I don't like this at all.
He disappears into the ground as though like he just like melted right into it. And then there is a burnt circle on the ground.
I always wondered how this thing worked, how this scrying worked, and if there's a way of people knowing if they were being looked at. That answers that.
You have seen that person just in the street, just like walking around like he's anybody else in Warland itself.
So we've been in proximity to Sylvain Vidborg, our big bad, and not known.
Now heading in the direction toward Shepton, almost immediately, a person comes running down toward you and says, "There's bugbears and lizards on the north side of the town right now." So the tumult of sound, it sounds like clashing of weapons, roaring, and people yelling. If you remember, the town itself runs north to south, and you approach from the north. That's where you'd battled all those lizard things in the north end.
Yeah.
And this new way that Jake was brought you to the south end of town. So there's a surge of movement among the townspeople heading in that direction.
All right,
Is that where our pit is, or is that like, do we already have like an arena for which to have
or
this
is the
fight?
pit over there?
The pit is well to the north. It'd
darn.
the same direction, north side of town, if it's still there.
All right, well, yeah, moving.
Well, I thought they filled that in to bake the lizard.
So you get to the initial, the bottom end of
Show
the street.
your owl feathers, because isn't that impressive to them?
Oh yeah, bugbears.
That
Well,
would be, because
if
that's one of their
it's the
rites
right
of
kind,
passage.
'cause-
Yeah. Right
Well,
clans,
even if it's
right
the
organization.
wrong clan, if it's the same clan as the you've encountered before.
I'll show them my owl leathers.
But as you are reaching it on the very north side, the far end of the street, so it's a couple 100 feet away at this point, you can see that there are a couple of, in your field of view, those big lizards, and on them, riding them, are owlbears.
They stole our
one
owl bears.
sorry. Wow, that would be terrifying. No, bugbears.
Yeah, if an owl bear's on top of a
What
lizard,
are they
it's probably eating the
doing?
lizard.
Are they
They
are
are
smashing
attacking
the
people.
town?
They are at this moment battling
doggone 'em.
people.
They stole our idea.
Do we see any like
Riding
indications?
lizards, I mean.
Yeah, do we see any indications on them that would tell us clan, or like we might
No,
know
not
where
at this
they hail from?
distance. And the way they're not sitting stagnantly. They're whipping around. The lizards are still doing their tail attack. There's just, and then the one you see passes out of view, and you see another one looking at a pretty narrow gap between that building.
From
So,
a ranged weapon perspective, what is this distance that we're at?
about 200 feet.
Darn, just outside of my first range.
Yeah, I will have horse double move, and then I will shoot with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, well, let's go ahead and roll it in nits right now, then, just so we know where we are in the lineup.
Ooh.
I will not do that yet.
15.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, we have to say these numbers out loud for you to know where we're
Think
at.
them at me.
21.
Okay.
4.
4.
I rolled a 2.
You have only a +2 to Dex?
Yeah,
Oh man.
I'm in heavy armor. I don't get my dex to anything
Oh yeah.
because
Wow.
I'm coated in steel.
Womp.
Well, and charisma is my big thing to
What-
cast at people.
What is move speed of horse?
Move
Fast.
speed of horse. Yeah, I'd have to look it up. I don't have it.
Full throttle on the dash.
Probably like around 40 or 50, but
Oh.
go ahead and Victor's looking it up right now.
Or
What's the thing
Horse.
called where I can call the little fairy creatures?
Oh,
Conjure woodland beings.
I would have said that too if I knew the answer and was faster than Victor.
60 feet.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay. Then I don't need a double move. I'm staying ranged because I need to. I have the fewest hit points of the party.
All
right.
Yeah.
So very, very top of the round is Jacob at 21.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So using 50 feet of the horse's move to get to within 150. Why are you waving like that?
That was just freaky. For those of you that couldn't see that, that was Natalie at the other end. Like,
It's
out
like
of-
her hands were
doing
wet.
a
She's like
dance. I
suddenly
don't know
needing
what
to
it was.
shake off the excess water.
Excuse our break in the
Action?
wow, fumbled. Excuse our break.
Take 2.
We're having some fits of apoplexy on this end.
All right. Yeah. Moving to within 150 feet of the foremost or closest bugbear.
Okay, so by the time you get up to there, that target has changed because they're moving around.
Okay.
You're looking at them between the very end of the street. It's not like a straight parallel side to side on the street. It bulges toward the middle where that like speaking area was.
Okay.
And it narrows back down at the north end. So you'll see a foe, and then that one's gone, but then a new one has appeared at 21. So
All right, cool.
go ahead. Yeah.
I will do just that. Taking a shot at them. Throwing my dice all over the place.
Your die hits, but does no damage that was appreciable.
Do a owl feather arrow and launching it at him
Okay, go.
for a 18.
18 hits.
Awesome.
And this is one that has been injured already
Oh, awesome. So
by
Hello.
a townsperson.
cool. All right. So
I was hoping by the lizard that they've rebelled now that their true masters have arrived.
yeah, right. All right. So that's a D8 for that. D8 for Colossus Slayer.
Are you attacking the lizard or the bugbear?
Riding the lizard? I think.
The bugbear. Okay.
Yeah, bugbear. That is this plus those numbers there. All right, cool. That is 12 points of damage.
Taken.
Oh, no, sorry, not 12. There's pluses to that. 19 points of damage.
All right, taken.
And then now I'll use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark because, oops. Doing that, attacking with advantage. I am now a rogue, which means even more better things. There you go. Advantage, that would be a 25 to hit.
Definitely hits.
All right, no Colossus Slayer.
And
I do
same
have my
target?
Hunter's Mark, yep. And I'm doing a D6 for sneak attack damage because I'm attacking with advantage. 4, 8, 11, 18 points of damage.
Excellent. Nice hit.
Cool.
Yeah, he definitely felt it. Like, didn't know what direction that came in, but he still seemed to be focused on the townsperson foe that was in front of him.
Yeah, well, he'll be dead soon.
All right, so then
Him, not the townsperson.
it's Zelen up next at 15.
Okay. So can they hear me?
Difficult. They're in battle, like at the far end of the buildings. You guys are closing.
Depends on how-
So you haven't
how
even
loud
moved
you're
yet.
yelling.
All right. I'm going to call lightning, and while I call lightning, I'm going to yell as loud as I can. How dare you attack our allies?
Okay, so what's the range on your light? How far do you have to be from your?
120-foot range.
Okay, so
I know.
you're about 200 feet away.
So I think
Oh.
You have to move first.
horse was 60 feet,
Okay.
though. So,
So I'm going to ride into battle.
Yeah, she is.
donate to us at subscribestar.com.
It's quite the show.
to give David even more work to edit the video.
But
Yeah.
worth it. But so Zelen is riding forward. So at the same time that Jacob was riding forward, really, split seconds apart, you're also riding forward. And when you get to that end of your move,
I'm going to head to anything that's grouped together because if I could hit more than one, that would be
Any hostiles.
any
right?
hostiles. Yeah.
that was a
Plus
distinction.
that guy who was rude to me when we were having dinner. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to.
We don't want to kill their hunters again.
So just an instant before, you saw two arrows, they were fired by Jacob, lash out and hit a target. There is one other at that moment in your field of view. So you could hit the new target, or you could do the one that Jacob has already hit, the rider. Your call.
I'm going to hit the new target.
Okay.
But I'm also going to yell. Because,
Okay, yeah, got the yell.
Because I'm wondering if they've got these lizards, they're not going to come up with this idea. I'm wondering, have they already attacked Weldon? Are they in cahoots? I mean, not Weldon.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Weldon.
Weldon,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are they in
Yeah.
cahoots with Weldon?
Okay, so
better not be in cahoots with Weldon.
Exactly.
so I believe I get a
They gonna
save.
get
What's
bonked.
what's my DC save on your? You said it's called lightning. You're doing.
Yeah, I'm calling lightning.
Okay, and 16, or is it up from that?
Hold on.
Ring, ring.
Um,
Lightning's not here right now.
spell damage increases by D10.
It'll be in the write-up.
Yeah,
with-
yeah. Dexterity 16.
Okay,
Attack /
thank you.
save Dex 16.
All right, coming up.
Here come the fails.
So you can start rolling your damage either way because
Oh.
it's either full damage or half damage. So,
Ooh. With their minus 10 to dex.
yeah, he definitely made his save.
Well, there's the steed to consider too, because it's an area
Oh, yeah.
effect.
I believe that when they're working together, they can work on the same roll.
Oh, man.
Let's take a pause and look that up.
It sounds rules as written-ish.
It
So
sounds
my-
just dumb enough.
My thing says 4d10 damage, and then under it, 1d10 cast outdoors in stormy conditions. Is it stormy
It
conditions?
is not.
Can it be?
It is not.
So that's, that's a lot of threes.
Yeah.
That's
Yahtzee.
unusual. Yeah,
There's
exactly.
17?
17 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh, that's a good question.
All I'm seeing is you can choose to deflect an attack of opportunity, or rather, a thing that can attack one can attack either, and that when the mount provokes attacks of opportunity,
It could be on the right
it
or
could target the rider.
Right.
They have to dex save separately.
Okay.
Yeah, it
well,
does say each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity.
Okay. So the other one. So that was the rider first. This is going to be the mount.
Hey.
Mount fails, rider makes. So that was okay. Mathing. Okay, got him.
How many of these things are there?
You're not sure because you're not through the narrows of the town yet. That's what you've seen past in your field of view.
So far we've seen 3.
You've seen 3 different mounted riders, but there could be more of them. All right, then it's going to be the actual bugbears that are attacking there. None of them are attacking any of you. They're attacking townspeople that are up close right now. So we'll just see how that goes.
We are a
first.
significant distance away, so it makes sense why they're not attacking us. I don't like it.
Right.
They're foolish to ignore us. We present a much greater threat.
Well, they might not be completely aware of you or that what damages come from. Because, how would you know where the lightning bolt came from and the arrows just, you wouldn't even be able to track those coming in. All right.
No.
And
I don't think Zelen was being all that stealthy with the how dare
with the
you.
yell, yeah.
Right, doggone it.
Okay. Oh!
I think you should yell.
The mount that that Jacob hit the rider with 2 arrows, that mount just swallowed a townsperson whole.
Oh!
And the bugbears that you can see in that moment, those 2, both hit their targets. So the guy was wounded, and then this thing is swallowing him whole, and the other one was hit and wounded, and then took clawing damage. So it looks like the bugbear and mount are doing really well right now.
If we were even slightly wondering if they are evil or not, I think that has been locked in.
Yeah, they're definitely attacking the town itself. All right, then the next is going to be the townspeople themselves, which I should have done at the same
I a
time.
little bit wonder what the town did.
Well, we left them well trained. They should kick their butts.
Well, actually,
Wrong
they had
town.
a deficit of hunters that were their defense.
You're thinking of Weldon.
Dang it.
Yeah, it was Shepton was definitely on.
We left them well fed.
All right, so you can see they're both arrows and sword attacks will move up into that area, and they take some damage. That is the bugbears and the lizards, but nothing is fallen at this point. And then it's Boris.
Okay. I was Googling to see whether or not saving throws and attack rolls are technically ability checks, and they are technically not, which is unfortunate. I will ride closer to nearest one. Can I get my mount to double move because it's got its own action it's doing, its move and its action? I think so, right?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, so cool. That's 120 feet closer, and you said the nearest one was about 200 feet away?
That's right.
Cool. I will... Yeah, why not? I will hex that one as a bonus action. So
Hex them.
X.
Yeah, it's like my Hunter's Mark, but they also have disadvantage on one ability check of my choice. I'm going with Dexterity. Why
Nice.
not? Saving throws aren't ability checks, technically.
I know, but
Yeah,
oh,
no.
man.
So it'll just be like if they need to roll an ability check for something,
there you go.
but
If
isn't a saving throw.
we start targeting the mount and the mount tries to shake them off, they'll have to make a dex check in order to stay on it. Maybe. We'll see.
Okay, we'll cross that bridge then. And I think we need some kind of a word that isn't hex that implies something apart from Ukowe, good stuff, is Zongo.
I praise
whatnot.
his mount.
Yeah. Not
I
hex
don't
it.
know. A lot of powerful spellcasty type of folks in various Bibles would put curses on people.
Yeah, no argument.
So he angry prays.
So,
I like angry prey.
I only
now,
angry
do
pray.
I make a save versus that, or is it just an automatic?
No, it's an automatic.
Here comes one of Boris's spicy prayers.
Okay, so that's done.
Yeah, and then, because I'm not in melee yet with the guy, I'm going to Eldritch Blast him.
The first
Is it the one that I was attacking?
or the other one? You tell me which one you target.
Let's keep hitting the one with struck by lightning.
Okay.
All right, got it.
Ooh.
Nice. How's a 25 versus armor class?
Definitely
sheesh.
hits.
Nice. All right. Nice. That is 6 force and 6 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
Taken.
Rotty.
That is great.
And as that's happened down to the bottom of the round, at the very, very bottom of the round, another rider comes into view, one of the bugbear lizard riders that seemed to have been held back from the combat. And just by his feather accoutrements, you're figuring that he is the leader of this attack band, this skirmishing band, and who was holding back from the fight to that point. He's oriented himself to see what's happening further down in the street. So it looks like they're now, at this point into this round, aware because a lot of stuff happened that I guess they would have believed would not have happened with the people they're defending here. From
Right.
just earlier in
Somebody
the day.
wants to see death coming.
Top of the round, Jacob.
Still aiming at that previous guy from before. No one else hit him, so he still got the advantage from the owl. Arrow on him.
Right.
So hitting him there. What was that be? A 29 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Doing all of my special stuff in one go.
Oh, wow.
So just,
And this is targeting the bugbear, not the bugbear, not the rider. I mean, not the mount.
yeah, the same guy.
Okay.
So 24 points of damage
Ah,
for that one.
yeah.
And
He just
then-
goes ass over teacups backwards right out of the saddle.
Awesome. Bonus action.
Can we say ass?
I'm okay with ass.
Okay.
You are now free to say ass.
I'm an ass.
Booger.
All right, so bonus action, I'm going to switch over my Hunter's Mark to,
Okay.
I'm guessing the mount would like, what is the mount doing now that it's lost its rider?
It's just finished. It doesn't seem to be in any way dissuade. It's not running off. It just finished eating someone.
All right, then switching over to that one. No advantage on this attack. Still same roll as before. So
Nice.
a 29 to hit.
Holy smokes. Yeah, you guys are going to be hitting everything all the time, it seems like, from now on.
Now here's the question.
All right, ask it.
Colossus Slayer allows me to do that 1d8 per round, but this is a new target. Am I able to do that
But
now to a different
it's still the
target?
same round, isn't it?
Yeah, it's still.
Yeah.
You've already
still-
used it.
It's still the same turn.
I was wondering, like, what is the write up? Is it per round or is it like once per target?
It-
Once per turn. Okay, yeah.
for
Once
your
per
sake,
turn
it
is the
better
very
be
first thing.
turn.
Yeah. All right, so just the Hunter's Mark extra damage and
Okay.
then the D8 that it does normally.
Still very cool.
9 plus 7, 16 points of damage.
Yeah, well done. It is not dead. So I'm just roll a percentage for me just to give me like what segment of its body you just hit.
Okay.
And you probably wouldn't want the 50 to 69 range.
How about 98?
Okay, yeah. So you hit it more toward its backside.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if you would do any damage to the person who is in its gut right now. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't want to do that.
What was the big bugbear guy's name that you made friends with?
I think friends is a very generous term.
I know,
and
but-
I have no idea.
All right. So, but at this moment, then it is the bugbear's attack, and the first one that's going
Didn't
is.
she go second after me?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch my lightning bolt to the guy who's just watching. You don't get to watch
The
this game.
commander.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go ahead.
There's no such thing as a free seat. Wow.
And
Ooh.
27 points of damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
2 5s, a 10 and a
And
7.
I'm also going to yell, "You are attacking allies."
Again, in this case, the bugbear made a save, and the lizard did not. And you said it was 27 points of
27
damage?
points of damage.
What a meanie face. Get rid
I
of
am
him.
making a meanie face.
Oh, okay, that too, yeah. I was talking about the bugbear's a meanie face.
Well, I
but
think
yeah.
she's trying to melt his face.
Oh, yeah, no.
Gosh,
for
that
sure.
was significantly better damage than the last
Well,
time.
yeah,
That's
she
because
did.
I'm
That was-
irritated
This
now.
time she
He
rolled 2
ate a
5s instead of
person
3
whole.
3s.
Yeah, and a 10 and a 7, right? And 27.
All on the upper end. That's fantastic. I mean, of the 40 you could potentially roll, it's not max, but it's definitely better than half.
Above average, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, and then it's the bugbears themselves. And first, the one, only roll that one that was just attacking on that guy that swallowed that guy. Damage. Okay, so yeah, maybe you can see something squirming on the inside. And okay, so that's taken care of. Then it's the other one who's up in the air, or that was not in the air. The one that was, there's still a rider on board. He is turning his attention toward all of you that are like getting to the point where you're almost between the narrow end of the houses. So he's doing his move first. That's going to bring him within. All right, so he comes in between the buildings with his move, and he's not close enough to get an attack on any of you at this round. All
So
right,
I have a new target moving in towards me.
there is.
Okay.
Correct.
This is not one of the previous guys. This
Is
is
he
another
moving
one.
past any of us? Doesn't that mean something?
Not
No.
yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but that does mean something, but he's not that close yet. The other one is readying a bow, and he is shooting an arrow.
Huh. How dare he? He does not get to do that. I say no.
He stole your thing.
I know, right? It's like the one thing I have. Come on, man.
Okay, let's see who he's going to be targeting. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Targeting Zelen.
She has been having the
Jerk
highest
ball.
damage output.
Armor class, Zelen?
A number.
A million.
Okay, let me roll a natural 20 right now.
Armor class.
Should be up at the top. next to all your initiative, and speed, proficiency bonus.
Oops. Oh, 16.
Oh, I
What'd
just
you
rolled a
roll?
natural one.
Yay!
Hey!
You dropped your brain.
Or there's like some kind of a flagpole right in front of you in the middle of the town, and it went dunk and just stuck right into that thing. And he is moving forward on mount. All right, and then there's another one that comes into view and is also moving between the narrows, but he'll be definitely back before you were well in front of where you guys are. And another one moves in between the narrows as well. So there's 4 targets, 3 of them mounted at this point.
So they do look like they came here to play.
They definitely did. Yeah, it's quite the skirmishing party. And then the townspeople are making their attacks, and those seem to be fewer out there at that end. But there are more people moving up, like coming up alongside where all of you are, and minimal damage. All right, Boris.
All right, yeah. So I'm moving in towards that one, but now there's their commander further back.
A
right?
little further back. That's
That
right.
I hit with lightning.
Yes, you did. How bad looking is the one I had hexed?
It's looking really, really hurt.
Okay, so I am going to split up moves and attacks. I'm going to move into hammer range.
Yes.
Can I do that with a 60-foot move?
You certainly could, yeah.
Moving into hammer range with that one and making my first attack. Nice, with a 29 versus armor class.
Yeah, definitely hits.
I will spend a 2nd level smite. So if I could get...
You need D6s?
Yeah, I need D8s.
Oh,
Or
D8s.
Yeah, D8s.
There you go. Here's 2.
There you go. There's 2.
Thank you. That is the
Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you by handing
Actually-
you D6s just then.
one more than I need because it's a 2nd level spell. Thank
Okay.
you.
You get yours back because
I
mine
know,
are...
because yours roll better all the time.
Nope.
No, actually. So that is 14. Yeah, 14 magical bludgeoning and 12 radiant.
My
on
dice are like, this isn't a longbow
the
or
first
a...
one.
But
Hunters.
that was just to the rider.
Yeah, that was to the rider.
Wow.
Did it drop?
But 26 points of damage total?
Sounds right.
Is that what you said?
Dang.
14 and 12?
Yeah, 14 and 12.
Yeah. He does. Right off his mount.
Okay. Using the warhorse's action to dash to move 60 feet towards the other one. Can I get into melee with him?
Let's see. That will provoke an attack of opportunity from the lizard mount.
Nominally, yes.
Okay. All right. So, but yes, you could. So let me give his opportunity attack. So
It's not my horse.
it's either you or it.
Yeah. Me's even better.
And it is attacking you, but it misses.
Nice.
All right. So
That's my
your
favorite.
second part of your attack.
Smiting again?
Yeah,
You
I'm
can keep my dice.
moving, attacking, and intending on smiting the commander. All right, 18 versus armor class.
And that is a hit.
Ooh. Spending another 2nd level spell to smite. Any chance he's a fiend or an undead?
He is not.
Worth a shot.
You get the exact same roll. They're nothing if not consistent.
Yeah, right. 11 magical bludgeoning and no, one worse actually.
Oh, my dice were a 4 and a 2 again.
Yeah, that'd be an 11 radiant as well.
Okay, so another
Thank
21
you.
points of damage.
Dang. That's a lot of damage.
Oh, now it's my turn. As my bonus action, I'm switching my hex target to
There you go.
this commander. Unfortunately, too late to do that. D6 necrotic.
Oh, man.
I tip my hat in the presence of a master.
See, it's hard to forget. It's easy to forget, rather.
So your second attack on that was against just the other.
Commander, yeah.
Yeah, it was against the commander, right? All right. So you just knocked the commander from his saddle.
Dang.
Nice.
Yeah, between the lightning damage and those hits right there, he just went down.
Nice.
How's morale?
Really bad. But top of the round, Jacob.
All right, how bad is the lizard that I had changed targets to? How's he looking?
Honestly, they barely show any sign of being injured.
Okay, then
They hide it very, very well.
I will take my advantage shot from the owl arrow. Natural 18 for a 30 to hit.
Oh my gosh! Yeah,
And
that
I will
hits.
spend a charge of the heartstring to up my longbow die
yeah.
to a D10.
That's so cool.
That is so cool.
Oh yeah. 10, 20, 27 points of damage.
Yeah, an excellent hit. Roll me that percentile again.
Sure thing. Is it not safe to say that I would just know not to aim for the stomach? 50
But
exactly.
everything's in movement. What'd you say?
50 exactly.
Okay, yeah, right. So right about where its stomach would be. Just zook.
Technically, in the existent rules, there's nothing saying that
I know,
damage is carried.
But
You're just doing this to mess with David.
no, just to try to get clarity of narrative.
I do feel bad. I do feel bad.
Sure.
Zelen.
Well, I get a second
So-
attack, sir.
Second attack. My
Ah,
bad.
so rude. Yeah, I'm shooting at him again. I don't get most of my special stuff. That's a cock die. Let me read that one. Okay, didn't matter. All right, 28 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
All right, I'll expend another charge just because I don't get to roll all these other d6. Oh, I do get to run one of them because Hunter's Mark.
Yep.
Hey, 9.
93.
You rolled 90. I
How'd
grabbed
you
the
get
wrong d10. Yeah, 9 plus 3 is 12 plus 7, 18 points of damage.
Ow. Ouch. Say it again.
18 points of damage.
Look at that little scribbled number down
Did I
at the
get
bottom of
exactly
that
again?
right there.
Nice.
18 points of damage.
Just a
That's exactly it.
statistician over here.
Yeah, I know. It's just voomp. And so that also drops. So it's completely dead.
I feel so bad. I just placed my d20s down just to get them out of the way, and they both
We're natural 20s.
natural 20s.
Yeah. What were your plus to hit? Okay, natural 40?
Yeah.
I put up both of my attacks into one attack. Can I do that?
Yeah, right.
That'd be a neat thing.
Very
All right,
cool.
so you're done. Yeah, and so is your foe. That
I'm
one's-
officially done.
Yeah, Ryder and Lizard are both dead.
I'll go ahead and call my shot. I'll use my bonus action this turn to swap my my quarry over to I don't know, the commander. No, he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Or the commander's lizard is still
Commander's
still
lizard.
operational. Go ahead, Zelen, you're
My
next.
bonus action
So
later. Who
how many
knows?
people how many foes do we have operational
You
right now?
still have, there's 3 lizards and 2 of them have mounts.
Okay, so I'm going to, if they're both on the commander, I'll choose a different one.
You say 3 lizards, 2 of them have mounts. What are the lizards riding?
So
Oh, no, wait, you took out that first one,
Yeah, I
didn't
took
you,
out the
too?
first one
No,
and the
I take it
commander.
back. There's only one
Rider.
bugbear left, yeah. And that one's mounted.
And that was the first one you hit with the lightning damage, right?
That's
No.
correct.
You switched over to the
She
commander.
switched over
switched
to the
one,
commander,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then I switched to
That's
the
exactly
commander.
right.
You lightning bolted the one I took out first, and then you lightning bolted the commander. The last one hasn't been touched by us.
You're
Okay.
right. There is one just pristine.
All right, so I'm going to go, so let me ask a question.
I'm doing everybody's job.
If I switch my lightning bolt, does that count as a spell? Because here's what I'm thinking. I already have the spell going.
I think it tells
so I don't
you
have
like
to recast
switching your
the
target is
spell.
like an action or a bonus action. It'll tell you in the spells right.
Yes, reread the
what it
description of it.
costs.
It
I'm
tells
pretty
you what it
sure
does.
as an action you're choosing a point.
Because what I'm wondering is, can I cast another thing? Since I've already casted that, if it's non-concentration.
Yeah, if it's
It
non-concentration,
says
yeah.
If I've already casted it,
Cast it.
castified it,
Cast. Just cast.
and I don't switch it, then can I cast something else?
No, you can use your action to call down a lightning bolt.
Yeah.
The storm stays present. You use your action to call down a lightning bolt.
Oh, okay.
So you can cast something else, yes.
but I lose.
But you can't.
You can't change the target of your lightning. Your lightning is still cast, but in order to change the target, you have to use the action to do it.
The storm is still present.
Yeah.
The spell is still active. You have to use your action to target anything with lightning bolt. There's no switching targets. It's you're picking a new target every time because you're calling down the
Yeah.
lightning bolt.
I see.
The cloud's just there.
You
So I
can
can't-
cast something else. You don't get the lightning in that turn.
Got it. So I can't do 2 things at once.
Correct.
Got it.
Not yet, anyway.
So what is he going to do? One or the other?
I'm going to keep, since I have lightning bolt going, I'll just keep that going. But
Do
I'm
call
going to
lightning
switch
again?
target to the person that hasn't, or the bugbear that hasn't been touched yet.
All right.
Technically, they are people. We just don't like to admit
Yeah.
it.
So pull it from
They're
the sky.
goblinoids, aren't they?
Yeah.
Barely.
Sentient.
Yeah, but
They count for cannibalism purposes.
nice.
Nice. 14.
That's one more than last time.
24, 28.
He fails his save and takes really significant damage.
That's again 2 7s and a 10 and then a 4. Yeah, you are just rolling rocks.
He looks really, really bad.
What he should do is get off his mount and surrender.
Yeah, how's the mount doing in that one?
Oh yeah,
Oh, I didn't roll for that one. Also fails.
nice.
Nice.
That
We're
was
doing good stuff.
28. He was
Yeah,
setting us
every
up
mount
well.
has been fried thus far. Makes sense. They ground really well, so it's all
Oh, yeah, no,
It's the 4 legs and a tail.
It is important to
Really.
mention at this point, this battlefield smells delicious.
Oh, wow.
Well, probably at this point, it's starting to smell more like burnt hair than cooking meat.
I mean, how much hair does a lizard have on it?
We're talking about
Bugbears
the
are
bugbears.
hair
Bugbears,
covered.
yeah.
Probably.
All right,
and
so
hair
then
and scale are
on the
made out of the same
bugbear
stuff.
round, that one wheels around and is heading back out of town.
Provoking attacks of
move.
opportunity from the townspeople, right?
He does,
Yes.
as a matter of fact. So let me roll those in.
And they both got natural 20s. Yay!
Actually, they did not.
Well,
I was in a tangled knot of people as he rode.
That was. Well, yeah, there's all people converging from that side. There are people that are shooting from your proximity as well.
As long as they're not shooting at our
Right,
proximity.
yeah.
And some of those arrows have hit. A couple of them actually shot at one of the lizards that are riderless at this moment and did damage to that. But the one on the outside, 2 weapon strikes have hit. And let me have my other 8-sider back with you. Thanks.
he was ready for you.
Yeah, he
His
was.
hand and everything.
And they have just taken down that bugbear and both the bugbear and the lizard too.
The one that tried to flee, or
the one that was trying to flee.
Nice.
The people that are outside of town killed that one. The other lizards are turning about to go too. If you're in proximity to one right now, make an attack of opportunity.
All right, I can bonk a lizard.
Is range attack of opportunities a thing?
Nope.
Dang it.
14 versus armor class.
And
Can I bonk it with my staff?
Are you?
Are you
I don't
in
think
melee
you're
with it?
I don't think you're in
you're
melee.
that close to one.
Oh, okay. Never
Their
mind.
armor class, the lizards, is a 14.
Nice.
Yes, that was.
Are
really
they
good.
by any chance
Below
fiends
their
or
hit point
undead?
max?
They're neither fiends nor undead.
Can I? Oh, it's not my turn yet, so I can't use my bonus action to switch to my hex. Remembered it that time.
You'll realize it becomes a trend.
Yeah, right. So that is math numbers 16 points of magic bludgeoning damage.
I'm looking forward to
very
both of
nice
us
hit.
remembering to remind each other about their bonus actions without doing it ourselves.
Right.
So as that goes on its move to get out of there, it's actually running a gauntlet between the people that are on the far side of the buildings, just outside of the town. You guys are just inside the narrow part of those 2 buildings are.
Okay, so
and they're attacking them as they run out of there too.
Shepton's doing pretty well for defenders, just not defenders that can call lightning down from the sky.
They can't do that. That is true.
I just realized I've been wasting these owl feathers arrows because there's been townspeople in melee combat with all of them. I had like enemies. According to write up of that, I would have been getting advantages this whole, or not needing the advantage.
Yeah, but they're fun stuff.
This is true. I just realized.
Well, and we were
Okay,
trying
so
to make them
They've
recognize the owl
dropped
feathers.
another
True.
lizard as it was running out, one of the injured ones.
Nice.
So I think we're down to 2 of the lizards. Jacob, top of the round.
Nice. 2 lizards, no bugbears.
Correct.
Okay. I swapped my quarry over to the commander's lizard. Is there someone within 10 feet of it, or within 5 feet
I
of it?
just
rather?
bonked it.
Melee?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that'd be Boris.
I'll just.
If we can
I
keep
bonked
one,
it as an opportunity attack, so it was moving away from
Yeah, very
me.
true.
if we
Did
can, if we can keep one lizard alive, could we strap?
Question it.
Could we strap the dead bugbear to it and see if it would run back to from whence they came?
I was actually thinking, my good guy, my paladin side is saying bury their dead. My tactician side is display their dead as a warning.
Right. Well, what I'm thinking is we take the chief guy, strip him of all his owl feathers, strap him to the lizard, and send him back from whence he came.
So are you trying some kind of an animal handling thing or trying to calm it down? Because
Well, it's not my turn
I
yet.
know,
I'm just,
but
I'm
if-
shouting
is your-
out these
All right,
these
so
concepts.
Zelen is yelling, Jacob, what do
I
you
was
do?
going the very traditional heads on stakes route personally.
All right. In which case, since I haven't actually attacked that one yet, if we want to try and capture it, I will continue to fire at it. And
Okay.
is it just any damage, or does it have to be melee damage? I can just decide this is non-lethal after I do it.
When you drop a thing, you can say you didn't lethally do it.
Good. Okay.
Even with arrows.
I shouldn't be rolling with advantage, so I just kind of grabbed those before I knew what they were.
It's as though you're hitting it, just grazing its scalp and like giving it like a concussion or
Yeah,
something.
or it's like leg
with
shots and
an
hamstring it or
arrow,
something.
Yeah.
27 to hit.
Yeah, it definitely hits.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. That one. It's
I'm
below
not sure you
hit point
can miss
maximum.
unless it's a natural 1 by rules.
Potentially, yeah. So that would be Hunter's Mark. I didn't roll with advantage, so I don't get that one there, and spending another charge to up it to a D10. Ooh, okay. 6, 14, and 21 points of damage.
You said 14 and 21?
No. I was
Okay, 21.
talking math
Okay.
out loud.
Gotcha.
21 total.
Okay, yeah, it's still alive and moving and still heading away.
And then final shot, this one with advantage because rogue or owl feather 24 to hit.
Yeah. That's an arrow, folks.
Yeah.
It definitely hit Elmer.
All right, that one is longbow. That one is sneak
Porky
attack.
Pig,
That
yeah.
one is Hunter's Mark.
I thought you were a Looney Tunes expert.
2, 7,
You've deceived
14
me.
points of damage.
On that same one, another 14?
Yep.
Nice. Yeah, 35 points of damage on one.
It's still alive?
It is. It's still
Uh-huh.
going. Yeah.
Ooh. It's like this one was like
running out of
Durable
town.
lizards.
What, you poo at it?
oh poo. Yeah, that one. He needs to make a Constitution saving throw because I had feces on the tip of that arrow.
Ew.
Where were you keeping that? Yeah, I don't want to know.
Where does everyone keep it?
It's nature's quiver.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, you'd be surprised, Euro tips I keep in my prison wallet.
Wow. Okay, let's move on now. And Zelen, you are next. There are still 2 lizards moving away.
So how I have big pluses on animal handling. I'm a +8 for that. But how does one do that?
Let me cast a spell first.
Yeah, it's weird about the way that it does because its attitude towards you comes into play. I think for the DC, and since it's already aggressive towards us, it
Yeah.
makes it really
Really,
hard to
really
do the
hard.
thing.
Oh,
Let me cast a spell first.
go, Boris.
Okay, so you're delaying until after
I am delaying my action until post Boris.
Okay.
Like an apocalyptic event, Boris.
Okay, so there is more damage done to one of the...
I've been the end times for a lot of things around here.
Yeah.
There is now only 1 lizard left.
Oh, they took out another
Because
one.
they took out another one themselves.
Did they do it non-lethally?
No, they did it very lethally. It was my best rolls of the volley. So 1 lizard left, Boris.
Okay.
Is it the commander's one?
No.
I am recasting Hex on this last remaining lizard
Okay.
rather than just shifting my target with the original Hex. This time, I'm giving it a disadvantage on Wisdom ability checks. So that way, any insights opposed to the animal handling would be at disadvantage.
Okay, so go ahead and
Hopefully
read.
mitigating that DC.
Go ahead and read the animal handling to me, just so I know what we're actually attempting here and see what its chances are to work.
Oh, I clicked it. It did it.
Yay!
When there is a question whether you can calm down a domesticated animal, keep a mount from getting spooked, or intuit an animal's intention, the GM might call for a wisdom animal handling check. You also make a wisdom animal handling check to control your mount when you attempt a risky maneuver.
Okay, got it. So it sounds almost as though you're making opposed wisdom checks. Am I reading this right?
That's what
It's-
I was inferring from it,
Yeah,
and
that,
it's why I gave it disadvantage on Wisdom checks.
and that works for me as far as as an attempt try. That you're doing something, yelling to this thing, making a sound, noise, whatever.
I still have my moves and my actions. Can I maneuver
you-
to try and head it off to kind of pen it in, push it back towards Zelen?
So you're actually like charging to go past,
Yeah, maneuvering around
right
it.
around it.
Yeah.
Let's see. What would your total move be?
If I used the mount's action and its move, I could move up to 120 feet.
You could get around it. Yes.
Okay, doing that.
All right, so doing that. So with that, so it's being turned. It would turn toward the left. You're doing that. Yes, let's make a opposed wisdom check. So you're adding your wisdom modifier to it.
Well, you're making an animal handling check.
I'm
Animal
making
handling
it-
check.
Okay.
And did that make it an advantage?
My hex gave you disadvantage.
Gave me disadvantage. Okay,
So
yeah.
how do I do that? Do I just roll something?
You roll a
Yeah.
d20 and add your animal handling number.
Ooh, 19!
Oh dear God!
that was your base number. So,
Yeah, +8 is 27.
Wow. And with disadvantage, I actually rolled really well on the one with a 16. And
The other one
it's,
looks like a 3
yeah,
from
its
here.
wisdom adjustment was a 0, so it's a 16 straight up. You beat it straight up, but it rolled a 5 with disadvantage. So it does. It rears up. It looks like it's still in a panicked mode, but knowing that there is some kind of foe over to its right-hand side, i.e. Boris, but nothing's attacking it at the moment, and you're saying whatever
Stay.
lizard whispering you're
Yeah.
doing right now that's keeping
Right.
it calm,
Right.
it's not running at this moment.
Okay.
Druid does druid things. Okay.
Yeah. All right, so that's where it is right now. People are gathered around. You hear the creak of bows being bent. Any other words being
Ease
said?
back. Stand down.
And they're all looking at each other. And you hear from the, off to one side as you're...
Do we recognize the voice of the graves?
Well, that's it. That the moment that you said ease back, people are still like looking like they're going to kill these things and attack. That you hear Carl Graves over to your right-hand side, or rather over to Jacob's right-hand side, saying, ease back, stand down, stand down. Not what they're doing, but trusting that
We have a
you guys
plan,
know what you're
yeah.
doing. Right. So
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals so I can try to talk to this lizard because then I can...
I was kidding before when I said let's
I
question
gain the
it.
ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day.
okay, yeah, reasonable. So you cast your spell.
Dang.
Done.
That's my spell.
And it does seem to be kind of a holding state. It's just waiting right now. Everyone stood down, And
She's
also,
excited about
It's
something.
a staff with the woodland spell, so it didn't make any blinks on my number of things I can cast.
Nice.
That's excellent. With that happening, that somebody that you recognize, Jacob, Cert, Hemlock Tapper,
Hey!
way back from Weldon, he was one of the guys outside of where the buildings were. He now comes into your field of view, and he's motioning people back and away from, from the lizard itself
Fantastic.
to not provoke it any further. So we can get into that again in a little bit. So what are you asking them, Zone?
Real quick. First, I'm dismounting and handing off reins to somebody nearby.
Okay.
And kind of going on like visual and verbal cues from the Zelen. I'm going to approach the lizard and touch it with lay on hands to restore, let's say, 20 hit points to it.
Let's see how
Or
she does
15
with her
to it,
questioning,
yeah.
and you're trying to find the right moment, the right opportunity where
Yeah,
it seems
but
calm
as-
enough.
I'm also going to dismount.
Okay.
As soon as I can, I'm putting 15 hit points back into it. You're trying to improve its disposition towards us, make it feel better, that kind of stuff.
Okay, great.
Are they? Is it saddled? Does it have a saddle on it?
They seem to be riding bareback.
Okay. How intelligent does it seem to me? Like, is it looking at me, or is it just kind of frantically chasing its own tail?
It's definitely, it's not chasing its tail. It's very, very calm. It's sitting there. It is looking at you because
Okay.
you're the source of where this calming stuff comes from. It is domesticated.
Right.
So it is responding
Okay.
to commands.
Okay.
But it's more responding to the tone of your voice. And now it's going to be the magic.
So I'm going to ask, where do you live?
Through the tunnel in the valley.
Okay.
Aw.
As it's giving me information, I'm going to share. Were you born there?
I was born there.
Are there many of you?
We are many.
Are you only used for fighting?
And it doesn't seem to know how to respond to that one. That it
Are you
hunts,
always in
fights.
war?
We are always feeding.
Do the others always ride you?
They
The
don't.
hairy things.
They don't always ride us. They ride us often.
Have they trained you to be ridden?
They have trained us.
All of you?
They've trained all of us, and they train the new ones.
Are there as many of you as of us?
There are many of us.
Are you near the large birds?
The large birds are above us.
Ah.
The large birds live above us.
How old are you?
How old are you?
I am one son old. How old would I, mark
How would
time?
it mark that?
24 hours.
Yeah, it's yeah, thanks.
So, is this the only place of homes you come to?
Yeah, like, how often do you come here?
Well,
I want to know if they've attacked Weldon.
Yeah, with age, I wasn't trying to get. I am, 3 years, 9 months, and 7 days old. I was trying to gauge: is it a juvenile? Is it an
Right.
adult?
Have you mated?
I have not mated.
Yeah, so then kind of juvenile or young adult.
Yeah. Yeah.
And outing Jacob here as a prude. I saw that twitch.
Okay. Personal questions.
Do you always attack this same place?
We've attacked here twice.
Okay. Are there other places you go like this?
We scout. We look. We seek.
Okay. What else do we want to know?
Does it have a number of questions, or is it just a duration of
It's
time?
just being
How
able
long
to
does
speak to it,
last?
for
Yeah.
like 10 minutes. Or it
Long time.
might be longer.
Do you want to return from where you came, or
I'll go to food.
I do like your idea of using it to send a message to them.
right? Yeah.
Though that kind of thing could provoke a retaliatory strike, but we have proven our strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this commander, did we get like an idea? Like, is it just
Yeah,
like
I'll go
a
over to his
skirmish
body
kinda?
to gauge his decorations as best I can.
Yeah. It is the
Use your words.
I'm trying to think, like, how would I
Simple
ask?
terms.
How would I ask who's in charge?
Yeah, who's the alpha?
Who's the alpha?
And you can tell that the it doesn't come across as a name quite the same way, but it says Stigak. It's just like sound to it, Stigak,
Okay.
which you guys remember was one of the ones. Goes when you were there, it was Gom, Alclimber, who was in
Right.
charge. Stigak was one of the other like contenders, one of the.
Is
beta
that
males.
commander I took out Stigak? Do I recognize him as I go over to him?
You don't. It is not Stigak.
Where's Gom?
And it just gives you eyes. It has
Okay.
no what you're
So-
talking
That's okay.
about. So
It
Gom
could
has
be
not
a-
been in his experience.
Well,
Okay.
it could be a split of authority, or they're raising like raiding parties, particularly.
Right.
Um,
So I think we have two options. I think if we know the bugbears have become mounted bugbears, it could be really helpful for Shepton to also have trained lizards, but trained the way we were training at Weldon. So they would have saddles. It would give an advantage.
yeah,
So,
proper cavalry.
right. So this one maybe can become the start of that.
No, this one's trained by bugbears. It has its own standards and command phrases.
It
We
does.
need to completely retrain it.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
so even
if nothing
then-
else, they could domesticate it to a point where maybe they could use this one to breed more, but I don't think using this one for anything aside from that.
Right. Even then, I'd rather use it to send a message, and we start getting trained ones from Weldon.
Okay.
So then was
Like
that,
we have.
was that your
cert
second
run
idea?
back.
Yeah. So then the other option is I would strip the leader of all of his owl feathers, because we know that's a big thing in their culture. Lash him to.
I'd say leave them. I'd say that we keep his demonstrations of his power and his skill, and with all his ability, we still crushed him.
They're going to recognize him. They're going to know he came out with 10 owl feathers and he comes back with none.
Do we want
Right.
to send him with more? Take all the feathers from the other guys that we killed and just send him back with a pile of these feathers and let you know, here's how big of a entourage we killed of yours? Leave us alone.
Because we're proving a point. We're demonstrating our own power by going, oh yeah, we could have taken those, but we don't need them.
Yeah, send
Okay.
send
All
back
right.
one
Okay, I
body
can
with
see that.
3 dozen feathers.
All right,
so-
let's do that.
Well, there are 3 other dead
Bugbears?
bugbears, and this one is wearing 3. So are you going to put all of the feathers on just him?
Yeah, we're gonna take
Yeah.
all the
Okay,
feathers,
I
put
can
them
see
You're
together.
putting a 6 on him to say, yeah, okay, you
Yeah.
know, here's the ears. so
That's
to
only
speak.
6? Yeah, no, I don't need 6 feathers.
So I'm going to.
I do go back and retrieve the other
the
arrows, too.
arrows,
just
Yeah,
to
the
have
fletched
those.
arrows.
I'm
yeah.
going to tell. I think I should tell the lizard.
Yeah, explain
Okay.
what's about to happen.
Yeah. So let me think about this. We're going to be sending the chief back with you to your home. It would be best that you find a different place to feed.
That not with the shaggy ones?
Not with the shaggy ones.
On the other
Um,
side of the tunnel.
That it doesn't give you any kind of an acknowledgement to that.
Yeah,
You
I don't
suggested an
necessarily. I mean,
idea.
because but yes, exactly. To suggest an idea.
And again, eyeing that there is, at some point, Boris, you've moved up to that side.
Mm-hmm.
And it is okay with you moving up as it's talking with
Yeah.
Zelen.
So
and
then touching on the shoulder and giving like 15 hit points worth of lay on hands.
yeah, so it's feeling a lot better than what it was. And all these things together, it just says to you, Zelen, I want to leave now.
Is the body ready?
Ready.
Yes.
Yeah, so
That's
with
what
that,
I've been doing
with
this
that
whole time.
being said, that Jacob, while you were standing over there, somebody that you remember from Weldon, one of your chief contact from Weldon, Cert Hemlock Tapper,
Yeah.
he nods to you, you nod to him. And, I'm sorry, you nod to him, and you have drug this body
But you're
up
apologizing
and
or
over.
telegraphing my actions. Like, Jacob doesn't nod.
No,
No.
and put it across this thing's back. I guess strapping it on.
Yeah.
Putting it laying over, his belly,
laying
and then
across and then
tying him
hands and ankles.
him off. Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
somehow.
So yeah, that
It'd be a
can
lot
done.
easier than trying to tie him up right.
Did anybody try to cut the person out who was swallowed whole, or did you shoot through the belly so it's dead
No,
anyway?
he's definitely still inside there. He's taken enough acid damage that he's.
Oh,
Unless the villagers got him
yeah.
out.
I was hoping maybe the villagers got him.
Yeah,
out.
maybe that's something that happened. Like, they cut it open and they just found a body. I don't know. Or there
Okay.
was no movement happening and you're
But
like, maybe we don't want to see what that is.
But you now do have the.
Okay, so then I'm going to lead him
The lizard
out of
skin
town.
coffin.
So he's out of town on the road from that they came in on, and then release my spell so he can run away.
And it does just takes off into the woods on the
Did you
north
cast
side
a
of the
spell that
town.
was holding it here?
No,
My presence was holding it here.
Oh.
Druid charisma. All right, so then
I'm pretty sure that's wisdom.
as
She,
it
no,
goes
she released
off,
all of her charisma. She's
that the one of the mayors of the town. So Carl and Lori Graves have walked up to you where you guys are collecting there, and people are just joining in and coming around. and says, I sure hope I hope you know what you're doing. I can't imagine sending one of those things back to them. That's the second time they've attacked. The first party was just 2 of those mounted riders. We drove them away, and they came back with double their force. I wonder if they'll have double the force again the next time they come in.
Well, we've demonstrated that the force got crushed by something so powerful it didn't need their tokens of strength.
What was the deal with all the feathers?
They used those to demonstrate their personal power. That their commander had 3 was very significant, and that we sent them back without taking them means we don't need them.
Oh, that's very interesting. All right, well, yeah, we have.
do suggest that you find a catch of eggs and start training lizards of your own. Weldon has learned how to make saddles, so you may send a runner to Weldon, see if anybody there can come here and help you.
Do we know that yet? Have
yeah,
they actually?
Sir,
I know we left them with like blueprints to do that. Like we left them with the materials to do so. We could ask Cert if to corroborate that.
Cert, do you have any ready to use as cavalry?
They're large. They're not as large as these yet, though. I'm not sure if maybe the bugbears have had them for a longer time and just didn't reveal that before to all of you.
They would have them beaten by what, a couple weeks if we're going on like
maybe even a couple of months.
That could be significant.
How many months have gone by? Because like we would have released them. That would have been the first time that they would have had to start raising them. So if they got them right away, they would have,
I don't think they are raising them. I think they're just forcing them as mounts. I mean, I don't think they're really training them.
Oh, like breaking wild Mustangs.
Exactly.
Kinda.
And you do get the impression that that something happened and changed in this area, but that was way back to when you first got to Azanga's tower. Mm-hmm. So it's been a fairly long time since then. So it did say, but Cert does say, yes, we have been making saddles as per your dimensions and directions.
Yes.
So once they are fully adult size, they could wear them right now, but it might still take another month, maybe 2, till they're adult size. But no, they're being ridden regularly, saddleless, but getting used to them having
get them used
a rider.
To the saddles would be good.
And then the rider's also getting used to riding on them too. And then as he is talking, out of the crowd of people that are locals to hear from originally, that he draws in a couple of other people. And again, he says to you, Jacob, he says, you remember Kayok, Flint Scraper, was also one of your archers that you had trained, one of that group of like
I totally remember him.
And then also one of the druid contenders comes up, Zelen, and that's Sarkal Willow Mender. And very, very
Widow
Mender. Widow Mender. Sorry. I'm sorry
it's
for
the
your
fifth element.
loss. And among them too, Boris, one of your fighting trainees, Koron Basalt, actually Basalt, remember, but we called him Koron Basalt, is also there. The 4 of us, Cert says, we came down from Weldon almost immediately after you left, within a couple of weeks, because you'd said the need here at Shepton was grave. Mm-hmm. And we've traveled back and forth a couple of times. We've rotated some people here and then back to Weldon again. So no one is out of touch with what's happening in Weldon. And we can keep making sure that the communication goes well. And now a road's being built between the two.
Yeah.
It's fantastic to see the growth that both towns are experiencing.
Are you using the tunnel to get back and forth, or have you found a different way?
The tunnel's into the bugbear
we
territory.
take a different direction
that's
altogether.
Right. That's
we don't
right.
even
Okay,
go.
and you haven't encountered, as you're traveling back and forth, you haven't encountered things like this before.
They have not approached the region where the road is. No, they have not.
All right.
And
I do think that training of the
cavalry,
lizards is going to be very important.
Yeah, that we shift a good supply of lizards from Weldon to Shepton, because Shepton has the need for cavalry now, and Weldon can use them in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're talking, because they're very excited to see you, Jacob, Ali and Carrie Sutton, who are the cartographers here, they come up and they say, we've got to, I'm not sure how long you're staying here this time, but we've updated the maps in this area, and we'd love for you to add to it, or maybe some things where the road's going in could help you too when it comes to deciding where you're going.
We are staying here exactly long enough to do exactly that.
Yeah. Mayor's Grave, can we intrude on your hospitality for a night, maybe 2?
Absolutely, yes. You could have one of these houses, and he points to one of the ones you guys have been in before.
Ooh, can we go back to the magic play person house? Maybe there's more I can find there now that I know more stuff.
Yeah, right. That we can safely go into the upper floor.
And a person speaks up. Actually, 2 people speak up, stepping forward, and one of them, Boris, you recognize as being an abbot of Uko.
Oh.
And he introduced himself. He said, I'm Willem Lore, and I'm an abbot of Uko from Manhurst Duchy.
Well met, Father Willem.
Thank you. And I've been into that house along with, and he turns to a person behind him. This is Rolf Cuthbert. And Rolf and I have been moving through the house. It is replete with dangers, traps, both magical and mechanical. We're trying to make the house a place where we could live and make it set up as an area of study for Shepton, more of a communal library and place of knowledge, and using one of the downstairs rooms as an impromptu altar of Uko.
Good.
But the house itself is not yet a safe place to be, especially not upstairs.
Any of y'all know Dispel Magic yet?
I do.
She does, yeah.
Nice.
She's used
She
it.
does. And another person steps up, and the Graves, the Lori and Carl say, and this is Eric Santero, and he just says, I was a soldier in Manhurst Duchy fighting in the war, but my injury, and you can see he walks with a slight limp, it invalidated me from the army, but I'm still a capable fighter.
Good. Glad to have you.
What was the Willow Mender? What was that person's first name?
Oh, hang on.
Aaron?
No.
Sarkal.
Oh, I was very close.
S-A-R-K-A-L.
I was super close.
Sarkal Willamender.
May I stay with you? If we have enough time, and if your skills have advanced, perhaps I could teach you Call Lightning or another defensive spell that could help the village.
I would greatly welcome that. And she points to the house that she's staying in. It's the house you stayed in before because it was vacated before, and they just put her in that house because that's where the other druid had stayed. So yeah, it's going to be like
Steadily
back to
becoming the Druid house.
the druid house in Shepton, exactly. And you're back to your own digs. And it would work the same way. They're probably putting both, you, Jacob, and you, Boris, into the same house. But it's actually the house that's being lived in by Eric Santero, the fighter from Manhurst Duchy, are up right there. So there is a lot of movement. And someone is saying, walks up and says, we've got to, he's talking to the mayor at this point. He's saying, Lori, we've got to move everyone out of the town because we've got to get Jeb back out of that lizard. And so they're moving people away, and a couple people are stepping up. Actually, Cert goes back over there too, while you guys are heading toward the center of town where these houses are. That they're starting to do the cleanup on the lizards themselves.
All right, yeah.
And so,
do you want them to display these bugbear heads the way you had talked about, or you think
let's
it's enough
just
that
bury
we did?
the rest. Yeah.
Good.
And so, Carrie.
Dig graves, say proper prayers.
Carrie Sutton is very excited talking to you, Jacob, saying, we've got to see what's happening or where you're going, where you're planned to go, and is actually unscrolling a rudimentary map of the region. And you're getting, some things are off a little bit, and you can tell this big blank place that would be to the south and to the west is, there's nothing there, and that location has been location for Sarntar Azul. And right next to him is
blank.
Lori.
There is nothing there. Do not go here ever.
Lori and Carl Sutton are actually saying, so you're here for just over a night, maybe two. Where do you go from here?
Sarntar Azul.
Yeah,
We're
going,
headed to Sarntar Azul.
or this area on like using the maps. We're going here.
Yeah, guesstimating where the temple district is by their map.
And they're all in a hush because again, it's a name that people know, but only as kind of a legendary place. It can't be really real. And with that hush, you're walking back, you can tell that their eyes are just widened if we're looking at all of you. And the mayor says, "Well, then let's do all we can to get you guys ready."
Thanks for listening. Curious about the region? Check out our new map of Shepton available on theempiresedge.com. As always, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Empire's Edge to stay up to date on everything new. Show us your support by telling everyone you know about us or by subscribing to us on subscribestar.com/the-empires-edge.